was about dreaming, or something that dreams, or... Oh, what the hell was it? A sheep? Cried Weiss suddenly, blurting out the first thing that popped into his mind. The others stared at him for a moment before slowly shaking their heads. After a few more minutes of thought, Cookie's face suddenly lit up. "I remember," he said. "Those who dream." That's what he said, I'm sure of it. At this, the mayor produced a thick sheaf? Is that sheaf? I don't know. Sheaf of papers from his pocket. He flipped through them a few times before finally nodding his approval at Cookie. "That sounds right," he said, as a stray sheet of paper fluttered to the ground. "My notes also mentioned something about that. I bet it was the last thing you heard before you fell asleep." The mayor shook his head. His worn pencil stub traced lines across a lone piece of paper. "For the last month, I've done nothing but study the disease we call the death dream," he said. "I mean, I'm the mayor, right? It's my job to protect people from whatever comes along. But I never expected a couple of outsiders to start entering people's dreams." The mayor paused. A grimace crossed his face. "I should probably be taking notes or something." Weiss immediately fired back. "Oh god." "I applaud the force of will it takes to research a disease in your dreams," he said. "But perhaps we should bend your efforts to escaping this place instead of trying to understand it." The mayor's hand tightened around the pencil, snapping it off the tip. "I've tried to escape. From the very first moment I realized I was locked inside my own dream, I've been looking for a way out, but I don't think it exists. I mean, this is my dream, right? If there was an exit, I'd know about it." He paused for a moment. His unfocused eyes stared at nothing. "My village was beautiful," he said to no one in particular, "and it was filled with the most wonderful people you could ever hope to meet. But once this disease took hold, things changed. It's like someone took a sponge and soaked all the color out of our lives. I just want us to be whole again. I want us to be free." Oh. The mayor's voice took a note of steely determination. "And I won't stop trying until it happens." Cookie nodded in agreement. Wait a second. I didn't nod. Why are you... Look, it can't be if we can be of any help," Cookie said, "just ask." "Now hold on. I did not just say that." "Silence!" cried Weiss. The grimoire looked from Cookie to the mayor and back again, his face filled with confidence. Grimoire's Weiss's face is always confident. "Thank you very much. Now see here, Mayor, you told us that nothing can exist in this dream without your knowing of it. Yet you seemed surprised to see us when we first arrived, yes?" The mayor slowly raised his head, realization dawning on his face. "Oh my god. You're right! You're right! I had no idea you were coming." "The human imagination is a limitless engine," said Weiss. "Oh god, my voice. And dreams are the fuel. If you can imagine the exit, then must be so. With your permission, we shall search it out." "Thank you," said the mayor. "I don't know how I could repay you." "Payment is not required. We are as eager as you to be done with this place." The mayor suddenly felt as he could breathe again. He almost forgotten what it was like. "Ugh, oh god. Good luck, you two," he called at the departing forms of Cookie and Weiss. "We're all counting on you." As Cookie slowly faded into the misty forest, the mayor was struck by a sense of deja vu. "I saw this man once before," he thought, "but where?" Cookie's mood darkened as he trudged through the forest. Hours earlier, where the beauty of the place was still a new thing, he'd be confident they could get in. find an exit, and be home in time for dinner. But the deeper they went, the more the forest closed in around him. The mist made it difficult to see more than a foot in any direction, and moss-covered rocks seemed determined to twist his ankle. More than once he's been forced to steady himself on the rough bark of a tree, and his hand now left small trails of blood on everything he touched. Oh god. Additionally, Weiss was proved to be entirely poor traveling companion. Unhindered by either terrain or physical effort, he spent most of his time urging Cookie to pick up the pace and grumbling about their slow progress. Finally, after Weiss muttered something about legless turtles being more adept at navigating the environment, Cookie snapped. "You know what, Weiss?" he cried. "Go to hell! We're stopping. I need to rest for a few minutes before I throw up." Cookie leaned against a tree and tried to stretch the knots from his back. How can this stupid forest be so goddamn big? The moment the words trembled from his mouth. Oh god. Whatever, I don't know what that word says. Of insects sprang to life. Cacophony? I don't know. As if infuriated by his lack of respect, every imaginable form of buzz and click and hiss soared out with a volume that rattled his teeth. Cookie slapped his hands over his ears and screamed to be heard. "Weiss! What the hell is going on?" Cookie could see Weiss's mouth moving, but he might as well have been shouting in a tornado. The insect screamed, the forest howled, and then, just as Cookie's ears seemed ready to tear from his head and go running for cover, the sound diminished. Hesitantly, Cookie removed the hand from his left ear and listened to the creatures in the woods. Z, 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 z. Zri, 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 zri. Shak, shakakakaka, shakakakaka. Chit, chit, cheat, chit, chit, cheat, 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 cheat. Oh, fuck. Woo, woo, wooma, woo, woo, wooma. She, chic, she, chic. As the insect symphony dimmed another decibel, Cookie began to detect patterns in the sound. This isn't random, he thought. It's not just white noise, it's something else. The insects weren't just calling out. They were asking a question. One with it suffers. 2 with it is ideal. 3 with it is dangerous. What is it? My pages! Is this a riddle? I guess so. This kind of thing happens a lot in dreams, right? Maybe it's the key to getting out of this place. Then I'll leave you to answer. 1 with it suffers. 2 with it is ideal. 3 with it is dangerous. What is it? Oh, the answer is the secret. If one person has a secret and doesn't tell anyone, then he's suffering. He's like, I'm holding this secret. It's like, oh god, I know something that no one knows, and oh god. And yeah. Oh wow, the answer is a woman? Jeez. 2 if it is ideal. Someone else knows your secret. Someone knows blah, 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 blah. And 3, well, the third person is going to tell other people. It's gone like wildfire. Okay, the answer is a secret, of course. Inwardly furious that Weiss left the task to him, Cookie sighed and gave the only answer that made sense. It's a secret. right? The sound of the insect stopped as suddenly as it appeared. The forest undergrowth parted before Cookie, like a rippling wave opening a new path. "These forest arthropods are making a road for us," he said Weiss with glee. Pleased at passing the test, Cookie moved on with new intensity. The path offered his body relief from the undergrowth, but gave even greater cheer in his mind as long as they were on a path. Their journey had a purpose. "I guess the forest accepted us, huh?" Cookie after a bit. Weiss spun around to face his companion. "Do not mistake the will of this forest for some happy pet you can suddenly befriend. We have no idea where this path leads." As Weiss finished speaking, the pair turned a corner and found themselves facing a clear forest spring. Smiling, Cookie picked up a small rock and sent it skipping across the surface of the water. "Good heavens," said Weiss. His surprise was understandable. Each time the rock struck the surface of the water, a musical note rang out. When the rock finally stopped moving and sank to the bottom of the spring, the ripples it left behind came together to form words. I enter through the window, but I break no glass. When night falls, I vanish. What am I?" "Absurdly easy," barked Weiss. "Now answer it." Cookie grit his teeth and tried not to reach out and strangle his companion. Weiss is a bloke, he doesn't have a neck. He's right after all. This one's pretty easy. I enter through the window, but I break no glass. When night falls, I vanish. What am I? Sunlight. Sunlight! Oh yeah, that's nice. A plume of water suddenly burst from the spring. Sunlight filtered through the trees and reflected off the plume, creating a shimmering window that spanned the entire horizon. "In all my years," said Weiss softly, "I have never seen such a sight." "Perhaps I've misunderstood the intentions of this place." Ugh. "Hey, look!" cried Cookie, awakening Weiss from his daze. "There's a house or something over there." Glancing in the direction of his friend's extended hand, Weiss saw a small cottage nestled among the trees. "That's weird, isn't it, Weiss? I mean, who would build a house all the way out here?" Cookie walked over and pounded on the door. After a minute of solid banging, the door cracked open and a small man peered out. His body was cloaked from neck to toe in a large black cape, while his face was obscured by mist. Began Cookie. But before he could get any further, the cloaked man held a hand up and began speaking. "I have 4 legs in the morning and 2 at noon, but I end the night with 3. What am I?" Cookie tried to ask the man who he was and what he was doing, but he simply repeated the question. "If we wish to engage this man in conversation," said Weiss, "it seems we must answer his riddle." "Yeah, I suppose," said Cookie. "Well, at least it's an easy one. I have 4 legs in the morning and 2 at noon, but I end the night with 3. It's a man." "How is it a demon?" "What makes you think it's an angel?" "It's a man. A man." The mist dissolved from the cloaked figure as he spoke a single word. "Correct." With that, the man flung his garment aside, revealing his true identity. He is an exhibitionist. Oh my. Exciting. "You're the mayor!" cried Cookie. The small man nodded, slowly shook his head. "I am not the mayor you know. Now listen to my words. Long ago, I saw a version of you that was not yourself." "You saw... Wait, you saw what? I'm sorry, I don't understand a thing you just said." It will make sense in time. At present, I simply congratulate you on cracking the seal of the death dream. Now you must go to the man at the forest entrance. With that, the man turned on his heel and slammed the door behind him. As Cookie watched, mist seeped up from the ground and enveloped the cottage, erasing it from existence. When Cookie and Weiss returned to the forest entrance, they found the mayor leaned against a tree. As soon as he caught sight of the duo, he sprang to his feet and scrambled over them. "Good gravy!" he cried. "You made it! You actually made it back!" His left hand grasped Cookie's and pumped it so fiercely it threatened to dislodge from the socket, while his right seized Weiss by the cover and swung him through the air. "Gah! By the heavens, stop shaking me, fool! We have not even told you if we were successful or not." The man smiled boldly and shook his head. "I'm just happy you're alive. I didn't think I'd ever see you again." Cookie withdrew himself from the mayor's eager handshake with a slight smile. "We broke the death dream seal," he said. "At least, I think we did." The mayor's face beamed as Cookie filled him in on the details. When the tale was done, the three of them lay down on the forest ground and fell asleep. "Wait a second! That's crazy! Why don't we just lay down and go to sleep? That's one hell of a story." "Cease your endless prater and go to sleep, fool. Fighting against the rules of this place is futility itself." Cookie and the mayor obediently reclined on top of the grassy earth. "Have you forgotten," continued Weiss, "it is words that control the death dream. Words that allow us to move from place to place. No matter how unnatural they seem, the words are absolute. Therefore, if the words tell us to sleep, then sleep we shall. And once we do, the story will continue." With that, the trio found their eyes growing heavy, their breath slowing. "This is the first time," began the mayor. "The first time I felt tired since I was imprisoned here." His words were cut off by a loud, long yawn, and he remembered nothing more. They might have slept for an hour or a year. Oh, Jesus Christ. When they awoke, things had a slight more real quality to them. The mist felt thicker, the leaves greener. It was clear they had awakened from their dream. Cookie shook the mayor's shoulder gently. "Good news," he said. "We made it." "Oh, wow," said the mayor in an odd voice. "We did. I'm back." He blinked once, twice, although not believing the sight before him. The two had no idea how much this means. The death dream has started to spread through our village, and I wanted to... Well, I thought I could figure out how to stop it. But I guess that wasn't the case. I must have caught the disease and became trapped in my own dream. The mayor started to stand, then collapsed back on the earth. He stared at his legs as if trying to remember how they worked, then glanced at Cookie and shrugged. Without a word, the fighter reached out and pulled the mayor to his feet. Real life may take some time getting used to. A wry smile crossed them. Is this over now? God damn it! "You shall relearn in short order, I am sure," said Weiss. "For now, you should return to your home and rest." "No," the mayor said, swaying on unsteady feet. "No, I can't. Some of the villagers are still trapped in the death dream. I have to save them." The mayor slowly made his way to the divine tree and said, fuck. Oh god. The mayor slowly made his way. Look, even my cat's annoyed with me. He's like, "Oh, I love you. Let me sleep on your lap." And sleep, but no, I'm just talking. And now I disturbed him. Now he's sleeping on the floor. Poor cat. Divine Tree bowed his head, prayed. This is the holy tree, he explained when the prayer was finished. It's the guardian of our village's history and memories. Superstition will only make our mission harder, muttered Weiss. We should not put our faith in the gods. The mayor shook his head. Not the gods. The words. Legend says that our tree is home to a powerful magic known as a sealed verse. Oh, Cookie and Weiss could not contain their surprise. It seemed a goal had been found in the most unexpected of places. I say, muttered Weiss, this is certainly a stroke of luck. As the three of them said their goodbyes, Cookie mentioned the strange man who has given them the third riddle and the mysterious words he had left them with. I once saw a version of you that was not yourself, muttered the world. What in the world? Oh, is he talking about that guy? Lost in thought, he stared into space for a long moment. You know, he said softly, this is going to sound weird, but I had a feeling I've seen you before too. Cookie tried to keep a straight face and failed, but the mayor didn't seem to listen. Deja vu, right? Although I figured it was just some kind of illusion created by the death dream, it probably doesn't mean anything. Cookie gave the mayor a nod and a smile, but inwardly his thoughts were racing. There was something wrong about the mayor and his words. I wish I understood what the hell was going on here. The riddle would prove to be the most difficult one of all. Oh my god, I'm done! Holy shit! Thank you very much! Now I can return to normal life. This is one of the most bizarre diseases I have ever encountered. I know. That's why I have to help the other villagers, no matter what. Obtain the sealed verse. Dark execution. Can I leave? Can I fucking leave? Okay, I'm gonna... Fuck. For a sealed verse, that didn't take much effort. Yes. All a touch too easy, if you ask me. It's almost as if someone was guiding us to this village. You think too much, Weiss. I'm gonna save it. I'm gonna save it. Fuck you. Fuck. Save it. Save it. Oh, yes. Yes. Saved.